by the granting of no capital outlay. If you look at the PS and MOOE, the levels are on trend.
But the reduction from 2025 to the 2026 proposal is due to zero capital outlay,
For the most part, sir.
which is
yes.
quite surprising.
Yeah.
And I'll ask DBM late. Do we have a representative from DBM? Can you join us? Kasi dito nagkakaroon tayo ng problema if you cut capital outlay, and then the congressmen and senators will amend to
Yes.
include capital outlay, and then we will be blamed for quote unquote insertions.
Yes, yes.
Diba?
I see. Yeah, I see where you're coming from in
So,
light of what's been happening.
Correct. You're requesting from us additional 700 million for capital outlay,
Yeah.
but DBM did not approve it. So what will happen is Congress will amend/insert, and then we will be blamed that we are inserting items in the budget.
Yeah.
But well, in fact, it was a cut from your previous budget, and also more so, this is part of your wish list.
Yes.
Diba? So that's the consequence of DBM not approving your capital outlay. And may I know from DBM, how come the capital outlay completely zero? It's the first time I've seen a museum with zero capital outlay. Museums are capital intensive. We all know that. You buy artifacts, you maintain the museums. You have to make sure that the museums are always in tip-top conditions. You also buy equipment to maintain those artifacts and art. So it's impossible to have zero capital outlay. But in this case, it's zero. So may I know from DBM, bakit zero? Baka kami na naman masisisi pag naglagay kami ng amendments.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everyone. Yes, regarding the capital outlay, zero capital outlay for 2026, it is unfortunate that the NMP lacks the 3-year rolling program, the TRIP. Wala po silang TRIP, and therefore po it cannot be implemented po, and it cannot be implementation ready rin po.
What is the TRIP?
The 3-year rolling program po, infrastructure rolling program.
And that's a requirement?
DEP.
That's a
NEDA.
requirement from all the agencies to have the TRIP?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And all the agencies have itong 3-year rolling program.
Infrastructure
3-year rolling program
Opo.
meron.
Yes po.
So I think, Jeremy, don't you have that document? I think it's a basic requirement from national government.
Earlier this year, in the preparation of the NEP, I was advised that we need to enroll our proposals in the TRIP moving forward. But before earlier this year, yeah, this hadn't been brought to my attention.
Okay.
But it's something we're doing. Well, we're learning how to do it. But yes, I think Director Vivian, I know what she's talking about, but I'm not sure if it's not in the TRIP, that means it cannot be in the NEP. But
I think that is a requirement, no? I
at
mean,
least-
just to put it in very simple terms, to include capital outlay, you need to produce the TRIP, and the TRIP will include all the capital outlays there for the next 3 years. Ganun ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you just have to do it.
Yeah. So yes, moving forward, of course, right, we just
Yeah,
have to do it. If that's what DBM requires moving forward, for the next cycle, we'll definitely do that, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for this cycle, I think it's already too late to do that. So we will just rely on your recommendations
Yes.
on what to augment, because definitely in my view, we need to maintain the upkeep of our museums. In
Yes, sir.
fact, we need to expand the offerings of our museums.
Yes.
So can you explain to us and put on record, without that 700 capital outlay, what will be the consequence if we don't put that 700 million capital outlay?
Well, there will be no disastrous consequences. The capital outlay we're proposing is basically to continue development projects, both the improvement and construction, improvement of existing facilities and construction of new ones, as well as upgrading of existing exhibitions and creation of new ones. So without our proposed capital outlay in a wish list, we will just be deferring improvements at the National Museum of Fine Arts. The completion of our new museum complex in Clark will be delayed. Exhibitions will be deferred, and so on and so forth. There's nothing here that would, in our wish list under capital outlay, that would severely impact our basic operations. In our wish list, though, we also have MOOE, and I presented quickly the utilities, general services, repair and maintenance. That goes more to our operations, and if those could likewise be considered by you and the committee, those do go to our basic operations, adequate security, janitorial, maintenance, as well as, of course, power and water. Because we will be on streaming two new museums, as well as sustaining our 7-day-a-week open to the public arrangements. And of course, as we all know, the price of electricity and water, as well as the wages for security and security guards, janitors, other personnel is increasing.
I saw in the this is in our briefer that 12 out of 35 National Museum and regional component museums are either decommissioned or not yet operational. So, for example, here in this list, Rizal Park Center Exhibition Building, not yet operational.
That one, sir, is just a proposal on the drawing board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anda Bohol, National Museum Philippines, not
Yes.
yet operational.
Yes.
Cloban City, not yet operational.
Yes, sir.
We'll flash flash this on the screen.
These are proposals that haven't commenced yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if I compare this to your slide 72, can we can ComSec flash that? We also have proposals here, for example, development of, let's flash that.
Slide 72, please.
72. Improvement and Development National Museum of Fine Arts and MP Complex Manila. And then you have also other there, no?
Yes. And it's grouped according to each super region. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are, for example, let's take one example in Visayas, development of NMP, General Aniceto, Lacson, and Celestial House. These are already existing museums.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. These are managed and operated by National Museum.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so if we don't include capital outlay, all of these projects, especially the phase 2, will not continue.
Exactly. Well, yes, they'll be put on hold.
Okay. For example, the other one in Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, that's completely new?
This is an extension of our existing museum.
Okay. So all of these are existing museums.
Yes, sir.
And they're
because this wish list, sir, that I'm presenting to you today is already whittled down from our original proposal.
Okay.
Our original proposal to DBM had more projects, including starting some new developments.
Okay.
When we were asked to submit a wish list to you, we pared it down, and so we took out all the new projects and just focused on the continuation or completion of existing projects.
Okay. Okay. Because that will be a priority because
Yes,
these
sir.
are
Yeah.
ongoing projects already. So I would prefer that we complete ongoing projects so that they're not left hanging.
Yes, sir.
And
So this is that, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And how about the other ones that are not operational? We'll flash that. Table 31. Oo. For example, Coronadal and Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, not yet operational.
No, that one, sir, you'll find is part of our wish list.
Okay.
The phase
okay.
2, that particular one.
How
yes.
are these museums chosen? Are these is there a process or a system wherein the National Museum chooses specific sites, because it's all over?
Yes.
I support museum. We
Uh-huh.
have a museum in Valenzuela, but I just want to know what is the process of setting up a museum?
Um, the general criteria are spelled out in our law. For example, we need to take steps to make sure we have at least one museum in each administrative region. Then we need to take into account population, educational centers, tourism centers, and also sites of high cultural, artistic, historical value. Also administrative efficiency, and so on and so forth. So we're guided by all of that in choosing places where that are usually the regional centers. So for example, Soksargen, so we have no presence in Soksargen, and we were ready to do that. And so that's why we went first to Coronadal, because that's the regional center. And it's the jumping off point to places of very high cultural value, such as Lake Cebu, with the Taboli groups and surrounding areas. It's relatively accessible from Gensan and so on. So we took that idea, talked to some stakeholders in the LGU, found that they were very supportive. They offered us an appropriate place. And so that's how we do it, sir, in that case.
All of these locations go through vetting and
Yeah, absolutely.
analysis by National Museum.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Just from the top, so like say from Pawai, its proximity to
Pawai Church.
Pawai Church, World Heritage Site, but also the National Geological Monument na Pawai Sand Dunes. It also being very near to Lawag Airport as a gateway makes a lot of sense for us. Batanes, well, having high cultural value, vegan. Peña Blanca, Cagayan, that is the location of the Calao Cave, where the Homo luzonensis was found, and so on and so forth. Kiangan is right in the middle of the rice terraces.
Actually, I'm surprised that Pawai doesn't have a museum there.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you're putting up one in Pawai. It's
Yeah.
ongoing now.
It's ongoing now.
Okay. And that's part of the 700?
No, sir. It's funded under the current budget, 60 million.
Okay.
That was just released, and we don't need a phase 2 for that.
Okay, good, good.
Again, Kabayan, Benguet. So this is the jumping off point to the burial caves of the Ibaloy people in the area, the famous quote unquote mummies. So those are all national cultural treasures that we look after. Baler, another cultural natural destination in the Sierra Madre. Clark, because of its being a gateway, and also near San Fernando, the regional center for Central Luzon. And so there are an explanation for everything.
So for example, here in Victorias, Negros Occidental,
yes,
we will be putting up a museum there.
Yes, that was part of our original proposal, but since that tier 2 proposal wasn't granted for next year, we've set it aside.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But that for instance, is our selected site because it's in the heart of the sugar country.
Okay.
And all the heritage there that we want to be a part of with our museum.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make actually is because all of this will come in the form of amendments.
Yes, sir.
I just want to put on record that all of these projects are vetted properly and go through the proper evaluation process of National Museum, not left field or out of thin air proposals by Congress.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm trying to make, because um, if the projects are not in the NEP and Congress will propose it, there's now a notion that Congress just proposes
Yeah.
projects that they think is beneficial to their locality or to their district without studying it. But now I understand that not the National Museum goes through an evaluation process,
Yes.
and before proposing setting up a national museum in that area.
Yes, sir. And I'm happy to put on record that it has never happened, at least in my time since 2010, that our requests for amendments are not based on our original proposals. Yeah.
So that's good to hear. And then going to your budget, I know that you mentioned that slide. That you have significantly improved your utilization of your budget. In 2024, it's 88% obligated, but the disbursement this is where I think one of the issues, Jeremy, it's the disbursement is quite low, 61%. Any plans to improve the disbursement? And over the years, it's been like that, no? At 60%. So any reason how come disbursement only hovers around 60%, and what's the course of action to improve it?
Yes, thank you, sir. And I would, of course, agree with your observation. So, yeah, this is due to the implementation of the infrastructure projects, because our budgets, with the congressional amendments, tend to be capital outlay infrastructure heavy, as opposed to halimbawa DepEd, which is PS heavy. So yeah, this is just reflects the progress billing approach that we do. So the key to that would be to accelerate implementation of our infrastructure projects. We are mindful of it, but yes. But this is best solved, of course, when we can do early procurement. So for 2025, you'll see, sir, that our utilization is much better, because everything that was in the NEP for infrastructure and general services, the big contracts were bidded out through early procurement. Unfortunately, if we do receive amendments from Congress for next year, there will not be any opportunity for early procurement. So we'll just have to wait till the GAA is approved and hit the ground running right after the new year. Yeah, but we're mindful of that, sir, that our disbursement rate could be better.
Yeah, well, I agree that normally capital outlay takes time, especially on infrastructure, because of the bidding process, the actual construction, and we have to factor in whenever government implements, there's certain level of delay. So I agree, but of course, I just want to put that on the table so that you'll be mindful and improve your operations in terms of improving your disbursement rates. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We recognize the presence of Senator Lauren Legarda. Good afternoon, ma'am. Long time no see. From the other room lang tayo. I'll go to some COA observations, and we take the COA report quite seriously, Jeremy. So one of the items that I saw here is audit suspensions. I think there's a 489 million and 498 million remained unsettled as of December 2024. What's it's apparently disallowed already, no? So what's the nature of this allowance?
Thank you for the question, sir. I'll just wait for my colleague, our accountant, to give me the information. But if I remember right, this is one of the phases, quite a while back, one of the phases of the construction of the Natural History Museum back in the Aquino administration, was put under suspension for various concerns and remains under suspension. Prince?
This is a maybe COA can, I think we have anong nature nitong this, is this disallowed amounts already?
Sir, karamihan kasi dyan sa notice of disallowance, result ng audit ng special audit. Then yung sa suspension, meron kasing ongoing
Yeah.
fraud
So ano?
audit case, kaya hindi pa namin siya
Fraud
maituan ng
audit
settlement.
case.
Yes po.
On this particular amount,
Apo.
itong 498.
Yes, 489 million.
489. But ang total niya mayroon pang 9.4 eh.
Sir, ano yun, related to notice of, sa mga special audit.
Oo.
May mga ini-issueong notice of disallowance.
Okay. So but the total is 498.
Yes po.
There's an ongoing fraud audit
Yes po.
right now.
Apo.
Can you disclose what's the nature of that? Tuloy-tuloy pa. Okay, hindi ko pipilitin kung alam ko tuloy-tuloy pa kasi.
Confidential po kasi.
Okay. Who requested the fraud audit? Wait,
Poseo, empleyado din ng ano. I think Poseo.
one of the
Sa-
employees?
Opo, National Museum.
Okay, okay. Sige, sige. We won't disclose the details of that, but apparently there's a fraud audit.
Yes, this is around 10 years or more ago, sir.
Yes.
This is prior to your time.
No, in my time.
Okay.
So some disgruntled employees made a complaint and it's yet to be cleared up.
Is it for capital outlay or acquisition of art or what?
No, I think, I'm really not too sure because we're not really privy
What is it about?
to the investigation.
What is it about? Is it capital outlay or is it acquisition of art?
It's capital outlay, ma'am, yeah.
The fraud audit that you mentioned.
Capital outlay.
For what building?
Confidential kasi.
You're not allowed to say it.
Mhm.
It's been ongoing for 10 years.
Yes po.
Really?
Yeah.
Pero ano, may part na rin po inakyat namin sa legal. Hinihintay lang namin yung sagot nila.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
Due process naman yan, di ba? You
Opo.
talk to management, you ask for documents. Okay. When will the audit finish?
Once po kasi na binaba ng legal yung decision nila, iaakit ulit namin sa fraud audit.
Okay, okay. Pero
Fair to the head of the agency, if it takes 10 years, and you don't even know what it is, even if the persons are not guilty, but the emotional toll, when you say during your term, there's a fraud audit on what, where, what, right? Oo.
Nasa annual audit report ng COA. 2015, 2016.
tagal ng fraud audit, ang tagal hindi matapos.
Inabutan po ata nung pandemic.
Di ba ang fraud audit, normally it's only one time and then you give a report.
Actually, pabalik-balik kasi siya. Tapos,
May
Yun nga po.
request from COA para ma-settle na ito kasi nakahang siya sa libro eh.
hinihintay lang kasi namin yung sa legal, sir. Tapos ipa-forward ulit namin siya sa fraud audit.
Okay, okay. Well, just ano na lang, pasabi na lang to your superiors na kasi nakahang siya eh.
Opo.
And it's quite substantial, 400.
Kasi yung issue namin sa legal, parang matagal daw talaga yun. Kasi medyo sensitive siya. Yun yung advice ng legal namin. Kasi inakyat rin nila sa taas. Sensitive kasi yung issue.
Okay.
So, ang tinaas nila.
Sige, patapos na lang or tagal. It's been there for a long time. No.
Yes, sir. But despite that, I'm still around, and I'm accountable for whatever. But I'm confident that this will be dealt with properly.
No, well, it works both ways, no? So that management will be relieved of any of this accusations or allegations. At least the audit will prove whether there is really fraud or no fraud, no? So but the thing is, we want to get this off the books, off the report, so that management can go back to its normal operation, and like what Senator Lawrence said, no, there's no sword hanging over your head. No? So we want you to concentrate on your core activities.
Yes, that would be great, sir. Thank you.
All right. And then actually, to be honest, Jeremy, there's a lot of COA report findings here. Some are substantial. That's the most substantial I saw here. But as a matter of procedure, I know COA gives management a list of things to do and to comply. So just submit to the committee how many findings were issued to National Museum, and what is the compliance. Do you have that right now? How many because here in the list we have a summary, but how many COA findings were issued, and then how many were already complied in terms of recommendations?
Sir, if I can refer to my
Yeah, go
colleague,
ahead, go ahead.
this is our accountant, Prince Koros.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Senator Gatchalian. So, I would like to refer the status of implementation of audit recommendations based on the December 31, 2024 annual audit report that was given to the National Museum of the Philippines. So, based on the status of the implementation, out of the 27 recommendations, 13 of which are implemented and 14 were not implemented or ongoing implementation as of that audit period.
Submit to us your timetable and your plans to comply with the 14 remaining ongoing compliance.
Yes, we will comply in connection to this compliance with the recommendations. We are submitting the AAPC to our COA resident auditor in order for them to know the updates of our implementation.
Submit to us, give us also a copy of that so
Yes.
that we can track down your compliance.
Yes, Senator.
Okay.
I don't have questions because I sit on the board and I always talk to them and I give them full support. But I just take note that in 2026, there's no capital outlay, right? Due to COA issues or because you're still utilizing your funds for this year till next year?
Well, if I may, Senator Legarda, and good afternoon. Director Vivian of DBM disclosed that one reason, at least, for not endorsing it into the NEP was that our infrastructure requests do not comply with the TRIPS framework, which is the 3-year rolling infrastructure program. And so, yeah, this is something new for us, and we're assuring Senwin, you and everyone that in the next cycle, we will be compliant with that. So apparently,
When was it rolled out? Were you informed that you had to be compliant with that NEDA program?
well, in the process of putting this year's or the NEP together this year, this cycle, we were told that it would really help if we were enrolling our proposals in that. It's something new to us. We've never done that before. never dealt with NEDA before because our projects are not billion peso projects. But if that's what's needed, we'll learn and we will do that in the next cycle.
Does that mean that there will be any delays in programs that we in the board approved because it's not in the NEP?
Yeah, well, we have our wish list here, and this wish list is, at least for the infrastructure, is comprised of those ongoing projects or projects that are almost complete. So if we can't get an augmentation to cover that, then yeah, those will be on hold.
What does it mean that you have to enroll your proposed projects in the NEDA TRIP program? Can you explain, please? Director Vivian, yes.
Good afternoon.
And not all agencies seem to be aware of that. So we have to make sure they're aware so that they receive their budgets in the NEP.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Senator Lauren Legarda. The TRIP or the 3-year three-year rolling infrastructure program has been an ongoing requirement by the NEDA since 2016, and we have always put that po in the budget call every year po. So by January po nilalagay namin na it is the requirement po.
Okay, what does it mean? 3-year rolling program. Ano ibig sabihin nun? For National Museum to be compliant, what should they have done? Anong dapat ginawa nila to qualify to have a NEP budget aligned with NEDA's TRIP? Yun. Please explain.
Dapat po na-enroll nila with the DepDev and na-endorse din po sa amin yung kanilang project.
No, you're talking about the process. Brief us.
Yeah.
Chairman ako ng finance noon 2016 up to 19.
Oh.
Wala naman requirement. Naglalagay tayo sa NEP. Meron kayo sa NEP, gina-approve ko. Wala naman trip na babanggit noon. Sige, pakipaliwanag. Ano ba yung trip?
Ano po yan?
Ano yung trip?
Requirement.
Alam ko nga requirement.
Yes.
Definition of
Bakit po?
terms. Oo naman. Paano nyo tuturuan yung ahensya kung maski kayo hindi nyo mapaliwanag? Ano ba yung trip? Paliwanag po nyo. Definition of terms.
Apo, yun po yung for the infrastructure projects, yun po yung requirement. It's either the TRIP or the public infrastructure program. Kasama rin po yun. So, ine-endorse po sa amin ng DepDev.
Okay. Ulitin ko pangatlong beses. Ano po ang dapat ginawa ng National Museum para nabigyan siya ng NEP budget for capital outlay at kailan niya dapat sinumite sa DepDev para naisumite sa DBM?
Apo, yung agencies po need to prove po na implementation ready na po yung kanilang project. Apo.
Yung plano ng ahensya ay dapat kompleto, may design, may lupa, may architectural design, may costing para implementation ready. Tapos sinumite sa DepDev, kailangan. Hindi nyo alam yun. Dati tayo,
Yes.
never nyo ginagawa yun.
Yeah,
Ang
no.
museum, hindi. Di ba?
Hindi nga.
Never ko narinig. At
Yeah.
least ako I chaired your budget for so long.
Mm.
Never ko narinig na kailangan kay dadaan sa NEDA. Baka this is for big infrastructure projects but not.
Yeah, that was my
Museum.
understanding before, ma'am, na these are for the big
Okay, my question.
yeah.
You've been there for so long.
Mm.
Did you have to clear every capital outlay with NEDA before you were granted in your NEP?
Mm.
Was there a year between 2016 and now that you received, of course you have, capital outlay without going through NEDA approval?
Yes.
Oh,
We've never sat down with NED
okay.
or
So,
DepDev. Yeah.
Yes, so that's my question. It's not new. It's been there for 9 years.
Yeah.
And they said that you were not given a capital outlay because you don't have a TRIP program of DepDev
Mhm,
or NEDA before.
mhm.
But since my time, I would see you have NEP and I would augment it sometimes.
What's always been important to us on the executive side is that we present to DepEd because we're here with DepEd family. So we present to the secretary and he or she in the past, we want to earn the endorsement of the secretary.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
ever since when you started, your capital outlay has always been an amendment from Congress, or
Not always, but one could say mostly, yes.
most of the time?
Yeah.
When did it become more pronounced? Because right now it's zero, eh.
Mhm.
No? So was 2025 zero in the NEP?
Yes. Well, no. Apart from no, 2025, we had significant capital outlay in the NEP, but 2024, 2023, 2022, and since the pandemic, it was zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
may I, Mr. Chair, may
Yes, go
I
ahead.
request the LBRMO to check all capital outlay of the whole budget presented to Congress if everything went through NEDA, DepDev with TRIP.
Mm,
Let's not be selective.
yeah.
If you say there's no capital outlay for National Museum, a small agency compared to DPWH, lahat ba ng NEP ng DPWH ay NEDA approved? Otherwise, dapat i-zero pag hindi approved ng NEDA. Ganun ba yun? Yes, because
I'm not sure.
that's my understanding, right, Mr. Chair? The reason why there's zero capital outlay, according to DBM, because National Museum did not go through the process of going through the DepDev for a trip.
Mm,
Since 2016, this was the requirement.
yes.
So does it mean all school buildings, classrooms of DepEd must go through NEDA for a trip? All infrastructure, big or small, even a health center must go through NEDA? Because they said that the trip, you said that NEDA has to approve all
Yeah.
infrastructure before a project should be included in the NEP.
Yeah, I'm surprised, ma'am, because
Surprised also.
a lot of our proposals.
Warning DepEd, because we had the hearing already.
Yeah.
Lahat ba ng school buildings nyo sa school building fund dumaan sa NEDA, sa DepDev?
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Mr. Chair and Madam Senator. Actually, we were called out by DepDev during the budget call that we have to submit and register our infra projects po dun sa trip. So we complied. Opo.
This is a new submission. I suggest that NEDA, DepDev, roll it out, the information to all agencies. My question is, National Museum, were you duly informed?
No.
No.
In writing, no.
In your budget call?
It's just our very helpful analysts at DBM. That's their
Okay.
advice to us. But it's only informal.
So
We weren't aware.
if
Yeah.
that's been there since 2016, even El Beremo, hindi pa raw nila naririnig yan. And ang chair ako, Mr. Chairman, hindi ko rin narinig yun. Narinig ko lang yung trip maybe a few months ago. Baka nangyari lang yan trip nung naging DepDev ang NEDA, hindi 2016. Dati pa yon. Ang tanong ko, lahat ba ng infrastruktura ng ating pamahalaan na ina-approve ngayon dumaan sa DepDev na may trip? Kung wala, ibig sabihin mali yung pagkalagay sa NEP kasi walang trip. Kasi kung ang National Museum na maliit, hindi binibigyan dahil ito yung dahilan, di lahat na lang na walang trip ay hindi dapat na sa NEP. That's a question I pose in this body now. Not necessarily, I don't necessarily have an answer. Oo. Okay. Not blaming DBM. I'm just shocked that, surprised. Kasi even some LB Remo did not realize that that is the requirement. Kailan pa naging requirement sa DBM? So we're saying the TRIP is the 3-year rolling program. Bakit ba rolling? Is a requirement of NEDA, DepDev, for all infrastructure projects to be included in the NEP,
Regardless of
Okay.
amount, ma'am, I guess.
regardless of amount.
Because I've not been advised that there's a threshold there.
If it's a 5 million multipurpose building. Okay, so lahat dadaan sa NEDA. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, DBM does not give, better be sure ha, I'll ask Sekmina, does not provide a NEP in the budget call for any infrastructure of any department if there's no TRIP, if you don't go through NEDA. I'm not sure that's accurate, huh? Not sure that's accurate. So, I am told sometimes, I hope DBM is not being selective. I hope you don't ignore the TRIP when it's convenient, because a TRIP must be linked with the NEP because NEDA reviews the alignment with the PDP. So I hope what you're saying is accurate, and I hope that you are doing it across the board, not selective. You're sure? You're certain?
Yes, Madam Chair. And also po, it's unfortunate din po na hindi complete yung requirements ng NMP for the submission po for the infra kasi po, it doesn't prove na implementation ready na po yung kanilang document.
With you that funds that should be included in the NEP are implementation ready. I agree with you 100%. But I'm not certain what that is accurate, that everything should go through NEDA for a TRIP, even a 5 million multipurpose building. I'm not sure that's accurate. We have to clarify that, LBRMO. Ibig sabihin na lahat ng NEP na infrastructure ay dumaan sa NEDA at may TRIP. Tama. Check natin kung totoo yun. Sige, anyway, so wala kayo capital outlay. Kinaklaro ko lang yun. So
Yes.
you'll know what to do next year. So it's up to the chair to augment your budget, assuming you have a shovel-ready project.
Yes. Everything in
Man mababa implementation nyo.
yes.
Jeremy, I suggest explore complying with the TRIP if it's really the requirement.
No, absolutely.
I mean, for this budget cycle, it's not going to affect the next whether we will include amendments or not. But
Okay.
just as a practice, why don't you just do it already?
All right.
And then if it's I'm sure it's just a tabletop compliance, submit to us a copy as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will, sir.
All right.
And it's great to hear from you, Sec Fatima, that DepEd is also going into this. So I think you would expect us to all harmonize. So yeah, because our process since time immemorial is we seek the endorsement of the DepEd secretary to DBM for the NEP. So now it's like, okay, we need to seek the endorsement pa rin of Sec Sani, but now we have to go to also to NEDA, and we just feel it's another layer. But we will comply, and we will talk with DepEd to see how we can do what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, this is a requirement by DBM, and we'll request from DBM also the document that prescribes the TRIP
Yes.
insofar as approving capital outlay and approving their NEP. Just submit to us some documents so we will be guided as well.
That means all projects of DPWH in the NEP went through the TRIP. No, because kasi nga hindi binigyan ng National Museum kasi walang TRIP sa DepDev. So ibig sabihin lahat ng bypass roads, highways, flood control in the NEP of 2026 went through the NEDA. Tama? Ganun ba yon? Lahat dumaan sa NEDA, ang NEP. O sige, tingnan natin kung tama.
Mamo, si Kat just provided me with documents. This is a Department of Budget and Management, National Economic Development Authority, Joint Circular 2024-02.
2024. Hindi
Oh.
2016, bago lang.
And then it says here that trip shall be submitted by NEDA to the DBM upon approval confirmation of the Infracom. So I guess the trip will be given to NEDA, tama ba? And then it will be given to the DBM. No.
2024 yan.
Oo.
Not
Ginawa
2016.
nilang mandatory. I
Oo.
think that
Bali
the
yung
concept
EDA
was there but not
evaluate and endorse po sa DBM. Except po yung mga classrooms because they are population-based. So they can be exempted po sa trip yung classrooms.
May exemptions pala.
Po, ma'am, if I may chime in, it would be easier for NMP to submit and comply with the trip kasi some of the wish list po nila phase 2 na. So may phase 1 na. So ibig sabihin shovel ready na yon kasi nag phase 1 na sila. Opo.
Correct. If it's phase 2, that's compliant with the trip. Why do you have to go through another department, dev to approve, to give? It's common sense to continue. Let's say cultural center, we just came from there. ASEAN, I don't know, they said a part of ASEAN will be held there. And it's 0 in the NEP. I was shocked. I don't know how you can augment 2.5 billion for cultural center. And it's 0 in the NEP. Maybe they did not go through the dev trip. Ganun.
All right. So how many more questions? So no more. I just submit to us a copy of the trip for your 2026 just to take a look at it. It will not have any bearing whether we will add it or not, just to see what will be the contents of that trip. No? Because like what they said, no, a lot of your projects are already ongoing projects, phase 2. So these are projects that are geared towards completion. No? So we just want to look at that.
Phases.
Mga phase,
New projects, I mean, not new projects, but continuing.
Yes, yes.
So
Our wish list now is only continuing. We removed now all the new projects.
So it's obviously shovel ready. So why would you not provide unless there's slow or low utilization? So it doesn't have to go through dev again if it's a continuing project.
Well, we will, but we've been told it's a requirement, so we will
Okay.
comply, ma'am. Yeah.
If
But
it's a
as to the policy, well, that's certainly.
thank you.
Thank you, Senator. So we will submit to you on the COA issues and our plans for resolving them, and then the trip information.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, I don't have any more questions. So, not yet.
No,
not
ako
yet.
lang.
Birthday niya, so nauna siya. Oh, birthday niya.
No,
Baka may date pa si... may birthday date pa.
Thank
There
you,
being
Mr.
no further questions, the budget of the National Museum of the Philippines is now deemed submitted for plenary consideration, subject to the discussion and the submission of documents requested. So,
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you,
for
Mr.
that.
Chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Senator Legarda.
To remind DG Barnes on the amendment I made for GAA 2025 for the documentation of the Rizal collection in
Berlin.
Berlin for the Berlin Ethno Museum.
Yes, ma'am.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing and it's
Christina
on
one.
track to be launched next month at the book fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ito nagamit nyo.
Opo.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for lending us the beautiful paintings here.
Thank
Diba?
you.
It came from National Museum.
Yes, in partnership with the Fundación Sanso.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So the next will be NBDB. And you may be excused, Jeremy. It's your birthday. So
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Madam Senator.
yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I will present NBDB. The file that you have, I had consolidated the PowerPoint a little bit, so it's a little bit different from the file that you have So I will start. So the NBDB, we are the agency in charge of the Philippine book publishing sector. So we work with trade book and textbook industry. And our stakeholders, of course, are consumers, our readers. We work with publishers, we work with creatives, we work with government agencies and organizations to for capacity building, research, and procurement. What is the role of NBDB in the book value chain? So we work with the entire life cycle. We make sure that there is access and readership through our programs such as the Book Nook, book fairs, readership and development grants. We work with marketing and distribution and ensuring that there is access to these books. We work in development, manuscript writing, and publishing as well. What is the in terms of the focus of NBDB for the domestic market? Our goal is to educate and provide more market access points for our books. And for the international market, we work on content and books as an export product because that is something that isn't fully realized yet. Yes, in terms of our universe, what we do as NBDB in order for, in order for us to capture our stakeholders, we do a registration program. From 2020, we only had about 500 registered, and now we have 3,683 stakeholders. So who does that comprise? That comprises our creatives, which is our editors, our illustrators, our authors. It includes all of the companies that are included in the book publishing value chain, which is all of your publishers, your printers, your distributors, and others as well, such as literary educators, librarians, subject matter experts, and the like. So it has grown in the last few years. In terms of ISBN growth, it's quite exciting to see what has happened again in the last 4 years. In 2020, we had the lowest ISBN ever at 6,666. And this was due to COVID and just publishing issues. So an ISBN is essentially an SKU. So these are our individual products. So the books that we actually produce. And 2024, we're at about 13,000. And in 2025, we're almost about 15,000 in terms of ISBN. And this looks very, very promising for our industry. In terms of recorded sales, 2023, we had about 13 billion. 2024 is a bit higher. We're looking at about 16 billion in terms of sales. And then this year, we looking at about 17, 18 billion in terms of sales. So it's actually growing. So in terms of our programming, we have different programming because we want to hit the local market, of course, and expand readership. So we don't work on literacy, we work on readership and expanding the growth of our readers. We have a fantastic program. It's called the Book Nook Project. And the Book Nook Project is really reading centers all around the country that help supplement the Department of Education in their libraries. So the difference between a Book Nook and a library, it's a reading center that can be located anywhere. It could be at a bus, in a school, in a museum, in a house. And these book nooks are really focused in on setting up a kind of a vibrant area for families to go to and read, because readership is not is a habit. So we really want to create that habit. And in terms of I would like to show the map of where the book nooks are. So now we have 133 sites. We have 1,200 books per site with titles that reflect the languages that people speak all around the country, the 135 languages. That's what we're trying to to promote. And we train the area where the book nook is. We train them on how to manage an actual space, not like a library, but more on an activity space where people can really engage. So we have all the way north, Bontoc, down south, all the way to Cebu. Okay, so this is all around the country. Next year, we want to add about 20 more book nooks. And with a book nook, it's exciting because we hit two birds with one stone. Our books and our book publishing industry, the problem is our books are not available in many of the bookstores. Why? The reason is the commissions are a little bit high when they put the books in the bookstores. It's about 30 to 40%. And many of our publishers are small, micro to small to medium enterprises. So in terms of margins, they can't really make it. So they sell online. So you won't really see our books around the country. So that's what we're trying to do. We purchase the books from these publishers that don't have access to the reader and ensuring that the reader has a connection with these books, right? That they might not see in bookstores and that they won't see in libraries. Another program that we have. So here's here's one of our book nooks. You have it in a hut. We also have it in libraries across the country. Yeah, there. Here's our book reading projects. Okay, there you have that. There are some photos of that. Okay, so aside from our reading and book nooks, we also have a program called the Philippine Book Festival. So the problem in the Philippines is access. We don't have access to our own books, and we have such wonderful work that is already out there. Large agencies that are procuring in bulk, such as the Department of Education, when they're procuring, it is difficult to scan and look at the books online or go to a store. So we bring the books to you with the Philippine Book Festival. And with this, the last this festival is essentially a book fair, and you have mostly Filipino books. Last year, there's a 4 billion sale with the Department of Education. We trained the scopers of the Department of Education, about 750. We teach teachers how to look at books that are exciting for their students, such as comics, engaging children's books, even romance, so that kids will want to read. The conversation has always been about textbooks, and we do understand the importance of textbooks, and we really are looking at ways to make that the procurement and the systems more efficient. But looking at books that you read for fun or trade books are important for children so that they create that reading habit. And that's what we're trying to do with our book fairs all around the country. Okay, so here's just photos of the book fair. So because we're trying to create a habit and engaging teachers to buy books and engaging the public, we make it fun for everyone. So we have students come in, and every year they now look forward to this book fair. We have about 40,000 guests per year that visit the book fair in Manila. But next year we want to expand to all of the different regions. We have about 3 in our wish list, but hopefully we can have more. Okay, so here we have Aralaklat. Okay, I have one more minute and 32 seconds. And of course, working on policy with the Department of Education, we can do the research. We can look at the supply chain, analyze the supply chain, look at the industry and the gaps. Okay, so in terms of our budget, I will skip that. Hold on. Okay. Is it stuck? Oh, okay. All right. In terms of our budget utilization, so for the last 11 years, we've had an unmodified opinion by COA. Last year, we were at 95% obligation, 86% disbursement rate, and you can see the years before as well. All right. Sorry, okay, I will go ahead to our wish list. Okay. In terms of our wish list, because we're taking care of the entire industry and you have about 3,800 stakeholders, including all of the publishing companies, the printers, all of the authors in the country, we need to increase our personnel services. Our wish is 348 million. Our wish list is 192 million. Our personal services, we need to up that. Our maintenance and other operating expenses. We work out of a 500 square meter space. 4 years ago, we only had 30 personnel. Now we're at 120 because we have so many programs, and we're training both all of the creatives and the publishers, and we constantly have to go out and rent spaces so that we can train. So we really